Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Talk About Itself. And of course, I'm your host, Stephanie, and I have my co-host on here today, Dale Frey. How are you doing today, Dale?
Doing all right, doing all right. Things are definitely heating up. This is the open enrollment period right now, which is an interesting time of the year. This is the time of the year where we find out for sure who is running for office and for what positions. So the filing deadline is, I think it's like the first or second week of December, but now is the time when people file. And that's interesting because when someone actually files to run for office, they usually do not change their mind after making that file. It's expensive to file to run for office.
It
It's
is.
generally it's at least at the state level, it's at least $1,500, and it can be more expensive than that depending on the position. County commissioner, for example, is 1,500. State house is 1,500. State senate, I believe, is more than that now. So it's a type of thing where we get to find out who truly is going to be our representatives over this next very long year as we approach the 2026 midterms. So I look forward to that. And we definitely need Democrats to step up. As of right now, there's a couple of vacancies that I'm aware of. I know that we need someone to run for State House HD 106, and we also need
Mhm.
someone to run for County Clerk. County Clerk works with the Denton County Commissioner's Court. And District 106 is particularly interesting because Jared Patterson is the current Republican holding that seat. He's my state house representative and ranked by the Texas Tribune as the number one most conservative of all the 150 state house reps, according to his voting record. And Jared Patterson is about to be primaried. He's going to have a Republican primary with the January 6th rioter. So we'll definitely need a Democrat to step up. And by December, we will find out who that is. If someone does step up for that role or for county clerk. But as we go through this next month, things will definitely be interesting, and we'll learn more about that as time moves on. But yeah, so Stephanie,
Wow.
how was your week?
Well, my week is busy as usual. I'm fully trying to get into campaign mode. I'm thinking. I'm really got I got a lot of stuff ahead in my way, so we'll see how this week gonna end up. But right now, I'm just really busy calling people, talking to people, and doing a lot of emails trying to reach out to folks. But you're definitely correct. This is a very interesting time right now because right now, um, I will be running for county commissioner, precinct 4, and that's over in the south part of Denton County. And the opponent that I have, she's an incumbent, Diane Edmondson. She has a lot of people that's running against her right about now. So we'll see how that turns out. But other than that, I'm gonna do what I have to do as usual. We Democrats, we're gonna put our best foot up there and show up. We need people to go for these positions that are available. We can't win if we don't put our name down there. So sometimes we have to step up, even though we may not want to. But sometimes you just got to step up and take one for the team. But we really need some good people that really love helping folks and make sure that we can get some of these policies changed. And especially in our Denton County area, we definitely need a lot of changes, and we need to make sure that we're ready for the future because here and then is growing big, is growing, 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 and we definitely need to make sure that we keep up with this growing population and make sure we're ready for the future. Because our younger generation, they want to make sure that they have affordable care, affordable living. They want to be able to go to school and not feel like that they got to make a choice. Do I go to school or do I work? So that's some of the things that we're going to definitely have to make sure that we make this county a good county, and especially with all these other positions that are opening throughout our county. So, Dale, there's been rumors about, speaking of opening positions. Well, last week, of course, we went and met a couple of folks. Got an opportunity to meet Congressman Allred, and it was very interesting that we got another person that may or may not jump into the race against him. So it's very interesting to see how all this is turning out. So I personally think that at this stage, it's too many people in some of these races, and they need to kind of like chill because you're it's a good thing and then it's a bad thing to me. To me, I'm looking at it like it's too many of y'all in this race. We need people that's running for the governor position. We need some strong candidates to run for that. We
Yeah,
need
that's always a thing. I tell you, it's reminiscent of the race with Colin Allred's old seat. So Colin Allred, the first time he ran to be senator, he basically gave up his House seat, and so as you may know, Julie Johnson is now in that slot. But Julie Johnson had an insane primary. I mean, there was
yeah.
like I think like 15 candidates, at least 12 candidates I know that were in that primary. So it was quite wild because there's some other races where some Republicans ran unopposed, and a lot of
Mhm.
people sometimes think like, man, like this one primary over here has more than 12 candidates in a primary, but this other Republican ran unopposed. These things happen, and they always happen. I will tell you this: there's 5 state house districts in Denton County. 3 out of 5 Republicans ran unopposed cycle before last. Now, granted, that was also right after redistricting, and right after redistricting, and I mean the natural redistricting, not this BS recent thing. But
Right.
right after the natural redistricting, a lot of Democrats kind of think to themselves that things are a bit rough, and of course they are, because when they get the chance to freshly redistrict, they're going to redistrict in their own favor. But
Mhm.
still, 3 out of 5 state house reps ran unopposed, and I was very glad that in the last cycle I think there was some backlash over that. We made sure that every single state house representative had a Democratic opponent. But we're still in the open filing period, as I mentioned earlier, and we're going to see what happens. We do still have some vacancies, but this is the month. This is the open filing period. This is the time of the year where candidates scramble to figure out what they're going to set in stone in terms of their future
Yeah.
political career, and it's also the county parties scramble to fill the vacancies. But we will definitely see what happens. But I definitely hear what you're saying when we have a lot of candidates in one race. I tell you, it's almost a shame to me that James Tallarico and Colin Allred are in the same primary, because I really wish James Tallarico was running for governor. You know,
Yeah.
Well, but but we'll see what happens. It will definitely be interesting. Speaking of coming, pull up my phone, but there's an event coming